I think Jandy had the fan on.
Are we going to start an OnlyFans?
This was not good.
Hello and welcome to the Filter Free Podcast. I am your host, TJ Stevens.
Problematic.
Out of my left earbud.
Getting off to a banging start here.
Joining me as always,
Step ends.
Dollar Bill Dave.
I touched myself.
I just need to clip that. Just Dave leaning forward. I touched myself.
And Timmy C.
Goo, goo, goo.
Dave's is awesome, and he got a new hat, and it's hilarious. Are you drunk? Yes or no? And it's marked on the right-hand side for both.
Time limit draws get my panties wet. I love it.
We've covered this butt wipe on a few different occasions.
Butt wipe?
You don't call people butt wipe anymore?
No. I'm not 7. Good news is I've limited the producer's amount to screw us over this, so we're actually going to get to sing along with the songs now. You are welcome.
You gotta fight for your right to party!
Pow!
Hello and welcome to the Filter Free Podcast. I am your host, TJ Stevens.
I like
Step in.
candles.
We found him. Timmy C's back.
Who? Where have I been?
And Dollar Bill Day. I don't know. You were gone. We were here.
I was having a bitching time.
Present.
Present and accounted for.
It's actually your fault that I wasn't here last week.
Which one?
That would be you, Step-ins.
Oh, that's right, because I went to law.
Told you guys the week before we had to do it on Wednesday. And then you're like, but I'm going to be leaving at 6 a.m. on Wednesday. And I'm like,
I didn't even leave at 6 a.m. I left at 2:30 in the afternoon to go to law.
Well,
correct. Oh, no, I was at work before that. I left straight from work.
That's terrible.
It was actually a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun, too.
Union training, learning how to write grievances. It was a great time.
That sounds boring as shit. I went to a baseball game and like 7 concerts.
Also, my instructor sounded just like Foghorn Leghorn, which was fun.
I say.
Now, if you write this on your grievance, that is legit.
I was thinking of the teacher and.
Did you go to Lafayette?
I was thinking of the teacher and Peanuts the whole time. Wah, 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 wah.
No, actually, it was. See, I'm a giant nerd, so it was actually very entertaining for me. I'm into that kind of thing.
So Lafayette, Louisiana is where you went?
Mm-mm.
Well,
Boiler Up, home of the Boilermakers. That's
if he
where
talked like Foghorn Leghorn, he should have been in Louisiana.
And the funny part, I think he's from like southern Indiana, so I don't know where he got that from. But
so the favorite part of my week was when I sat down to edit your guys' audio.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first words out of Step-in's mouth are, "Hey, Timmy's not here. This ought to be a good episode." As he is speaking into the wrong goddamn mic.
Yeah, I did the whole show talking into my camera. Well, not talking into it. That's what was picking up my audio. This week I have the microphone, so that's what I don't know how that changes because I did not do that.
Odds are you moved your mic and it came unplugged because it happens to mine often. But as soon as you said it, I'm like, great. He's going to be talking into a can the entire episode.
This son of a bitch. Please remember to subscribe and rate this show wherever you get your podcasts. Do not judge us on audio quality. While you're at it, follow the show on Twitter at FF Podcast, on Instagram at Filter Free Podcast. Follow our network on Twitter at the Ram Sportsnet. Actually, there's no it's just at Ram Sportsnet. I don't know what I'm doing. Timmy, what is available on our Patreon network? It's just so much.
If you go to patreon.com/Ram Network, you will get, first off, you get our flagship shows. You will get us. You'll get Talking Wrestling with Palmwater Dave. You will get TNA Top 10. You'll get some of our older content. You'll get Legends Let's Rethink This. Football is getting paid with Tim and Dave, which will be new here in about a month and a half.
We're getting there.
You will get Old School Evolution of Evil, Wrestling with Commercials, all the info on our events that you can shake a stick at. You will also get Era's the New Generation. You will get World-Class Flashback, The Power of the Pen. Well, I'm missing one. Put it in your mouth. And Hard Times and Beyond. Is there anything else? I'm about out of breath.
I was there.
Where were you?
I was there when Hakutura.
Oh.
Yeah.
Haktua.
See, he knows.
He gets
knows
the
what's
hat
up.
by the time the joke's old. I like it.
That joke will never be old.
No, and she's like a celebrity now, which I was listening to a podcast earlier and they said only in America can a girl admit that she spits on a dick and it makes her a celebrity.
It's the only thing that unified this country. What are you talking about?
I absolutely
She's
agree with you.
super hot.
She
by
was the
way.
hero we needed at the right time.
That's weird. It's weird that she's the hero we needed.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch that debate? We need a fucking hero.
No,
oh God.
So
I went
was
back
at-
and watched it after I got back.
no fucking chance I'm watching that. But it was actually on. So we went to a bar called the Big Leagues in Lafayette, and they had a dart league going, and they had the debate on 2 TVs. But you
That's
couldn't hear-
dangerous. I'd have thrown a dart at one of the TVs.
but you couldn't hear either one of them.
That's probably for the best.
So I'm literally sitting there drinking a summer shandy, just staring at these 2 goofs. And I can't hear what they're saying. I'm just sitting there going, God damn it.
Lining Kugel, Summer Shandy.
Of course. I'm just sitting there going, this is what we're doing right now. This is great. Excited.
You didn't miss anything, man. It was
Oh, I know.
couple people took naps. I'm pretty sure it was, yeah.
We're going on the stage.
And then they started fighting about who was the better golfer. What the fuck are we doing here?
Stop it. Are you serious?
Yes.
Great.
Trump and Biden were both talking about how much better they were than the other guy at golf.
And then last week, a guy from that works at a golf course in Washington, D.C. chimed in the day after the debate to talk about how shitty of a golfer Biden is. What are we doing as a country?
Yeah, I mean, that's all fine and good. Who gives a shit?
The dude can barely fucking walk. We're pretty sure he's shitty at golf. I mean,
I know it's rough to watch him go upstairs, but this dude's backswing, glorious. Well, I say to escape just the constant cyclone of destruction heading at us, I say we travel back in time. Tim, are you ready?
Always.
I'm very excited for this because, Timmy, this week we're going back to July of 1997.
Hey, look, it didn't go off a second time for me.
Listen, you're better at this than I am, okay? What do you want from me?
Timmy, I've been on shows where it went off like 9 times before you figured out what the shit.
Also true.
That's because I was drunk. I mean, that's not fair.
I didn't know how I randomly picked this one to do 97. I didn't know how it was going to the stories were going to turn out, and then I got going. Lord, y'all are in for a treat. So here we go. Let's see what was happening in your world yesterday. Let's run through some events. Filter free. Up first, stories that missed the cut. July 2nd, James Stewart of It's a Wonderful Life fame dies of a pulmonary embolism at age 89.
Thought it was Jimmy Stewart.
It is.
Never seen it.
Neither have I.
I don't think I've seen it all the way through. I've seen parts of it for sure.
I've seen the part that appears in other movies where when a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
God bless us.
And then Dave left.
And then Dave just said, I'm out. July 4th, Bill Murray marries Jennifer Butler. They divorced in 2008. 11 years.
11 years. It's longer than anyone I've done.
It's really sad that I've lived long enough to learn or hear enough stories that Bill Murray, very good chance he's a giant douchebag in real life.
Oh, that's sad.
I know. I don't like it.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. They're like,
that's a Bill Murray song?
Yeah. By the way, I fell into a Jiminy Glick hole last night. YouTube, I watched it for like 45 minutes. Have you watched Jiminy Glick?
I remember it.
Oh, it was so funny because he's actually started to do interviews again, and he interviewed Larry David.
That's not Bill Murray though.
I know. And one of the things he said was, it's just a quick joke, and then we'll move
Martin
on,
Short,
okay?
I believe.
It is Martin Short. And he said, he just goes, urinal dividers. Are they taking all the fun out of going to the bathroom? And then just moved on to the next question. July 6th, the Montreal Expos retire the number 10 of Andre Dawson.
Florida Marlins legend Andre Dawson.
The only player to win an MVP for a last place team, and he did that for your Chicago Cubs. July 6th, Pete Sampras beat Cedric Payalin in 3 sets to win his 10th Grand Slam title at Wimbledon.
Boring.
Wimbledon is not boring.
That's why we didn't cover it. We will never do a tennis story.
I hate y'all. We do 74 ice soccer stories.
Maybe we'll do when Monica Seles got stabbed.
That'd That'd be a deep cut. Was that a bad joke? Is that-
Literally a deep
I
cut.
didn't even mean for that to be a joke. And then as soon as I said, I went, shouldn't.
It
have
wasn't
said
too
that.
bad. She lived.
I mean, yeah, she's fine. But
Wasn't that deep of a cut.
wow. And then Timmy's like, oh,
The
hell yeah.
first cut is the
Hold my beer. Don't
deepest.
worry, TJ. I'll dig you out of this hole. July 8th.
Baby, no. First cut is the deepest.
Oh, a little manimina in there. July 8th. The AL beats the NL 3-1 in the 68th Major League All-Star game in Cleveland. Yes, a sports story beat this out.
Cleveland sucks.
Thanks to all those Tampa Bay Rays.
In 1997.
Oh, yeah. They didn't become a team till 98.
Thank you. July
Thanks
10th.
all those
Some of them
future
probably
Rays.
got drafted to the Rays.
Expansion draft.
Yeah.
July 10th, Japanese baseball standout Hideki Arabu pitches for the Yankees to a 10-3 win in his major league debut.
Fat ass Hideki.
He was
Arabu.
really good for like 6 years, then he's vanished.
He was really good for like 6 months. He was not good for.
No,
6
he was good for a couple years.
He was good for a couple years. Yeah. He's no Hideki Matsui, though. July 12th, the Chicago Cubs play in their 5,000th straight game without being no hit. It would take 18 more years before it happened when Cole Hamels did it in 2015. After 7,920 games, it started when Cincinnati Reds legend Jim Maloney threw a 10-inning no-hitter. That will never happen again. In the 148-year history of the Cubs, they've only been no-hit 7 times.
No hit, way more than World Series they won.
I think it's 3-7. I think it's 3.
It's
July
true.
12th, on the same day, Francisco Cordova and Ricardo Rincon do a tag team no-hitter for the Pirates against the Astros in 10 innings.
What was their name?
What was whose name?
Oh, you said they did a tag team no hitter. Who?
Tag team back again.
Yeah. A tag team no-hitter, not an Eiffel Tower. July 15th, Gerald McKenzie is awarded $26.5 million, later reduced to $625,000 for being fired by Miller Brewing for sexual harassment after he explained a Seinfeld episode to a coworker.
Do you think he was trying to show her like the Elaine dance?
Absolutely, probably. Yes.
Yeah, I need to know more about this.
This
This should have been our deep cut.
it almost was just because of
Heartbeat.
my gross interest in it. I was like, what? How does this even happen? Especially because this is the same year South Park debuted, 97. So people getting fired for Seinfeld. July 21st, Mark Whitten, New York Yankees outfielder, is arrested in Milwaukee for sexual assault. I could find nothing on this story.
From the New York Times.
Thank you.
Quote, Whitten has admitted to having consensual sex with a woman in his hotel room 2 days after his wife gave birth to their second child. Charming.
Wow.
Charges dropped in September. Not enough evidence was released by the Yanks before that. But what a piece of monkey shit.
Wow. 2 days. They hadn't even put the first
She
diaper
hadn't
on the
even
kid
left
yet.
the hospital yet, and he was banging someone else.
He's like, hey, I got to go to batting practice. I'll see you in a bit. July 21st, the USS Constitution.
Here we go. Hold on. Gerald McKenzie. In 1993, a colleague complained that McKenzie had made numerous comments about an episode of Seinfeld, which contained many double entendres. McKenzie was fired for poor managerial judgment.
I literally smacked a guy's ass today at work.
Sorry, when you get fired, I apologize.
I'm going to get fired for that? Giving someone a good game? See you in the shower?
Is he sensitive?
No. I'm the one that gave him his nickname Gremlin. Because he pissed me off one night.
So now you're bullying him as well?
Yes, I called him.
So you're bullying him and sexual harassing him.
He's like 5'1".
Now you're making fun of his height.
But he's a thief.
Keep digging. Now you're accusing him of stealing.
I love you, Josh. No, he admitted it. He told me he was a thief.
He's a midget thief.
Yes.
A
Love you,
meef.
Josh. A meef. July 21st, the USS Constitution, a.k.a. Old Ironside, set sail for the first time in 116 years, and she is fully restored in celebration of her 200th birthday.
Did we go to war with her? Because that'd have been awesome.
Yes.
Probably could have just left that one alone. Made a new one.
Oh, I thought you meant the story. I'm like, what? I think it's, you meant the boat. Okay. July 22nd, Greg Maddux throws a complete game Speaking of things that will never happen again, throwing only 76 pitches to do so.
Not a compiler.
That's 4 innings now.
Yeah, that's quite the opposite. He literally got the
He
game
could
on
have
his
thrown
chest.
like a 12-inning no-hitter had they
Yeah.
not scored.
July 23rd, KXAS, a TV station out of Dallas, settles out of court with Michael Irvin and Eric Williams for reporting false sexual assault allegations.
You know why?
Why?
Because it kicks ass.
Like, what? Why would a Dallas TV station make shit up about 2 cowboys?
Because it kicks ass. Get it? KXAS.
Is that really their motto? Because I hope it is.
It should be.
It absolutely should be.
Somebody
Kick-ass
call them.
news.
Yeah. It's bitchin' news with Dwayne and Earl. July 25th, pro golfer and 9-time majors winner and 2-time Masters winner Ben Hogan dies of a stroke at the age of 84
Wait, he died?
in 1997.
Is that
Oh.
Hulk's dad?
Yes. So if he was alive today, he would be 111.
It's doable.
I'm sure someone is 111 right now.
I know there. I think they just said the oldest man in New York was like 115 or something like that.
That would be miserable.
TJ slapped him on the ass.
Yeah, I did. And then I called him a thief.
Sick
July-
game.
Yeah, you stole someone else's life. That's why you're so old. Look at you. July 31st, former show topic Eddie Robinson from Grambling State and the NCAA's all-time winningest coach is placed on 2 years probation for rules violations. We have covered that before.
Or Rook's violation.
Or Rook's violations. Thank you for bringing that up. Stories in the wheelhouse. July 1st, it's the dog days of summer, which dominated, especially in 1997, with the sluggers of baseball. As Mark McGwire, who was traded to the Cardinals later this month, again, that story got bumped. Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Roger Clemens, and others were leading baseball back to its resurgence.
Steroids.
Well, I mean, of course.
Sorry.
A sports story happened that not only swept baseball under the rug for the time, but engulfed pop culture and everyday life as a whole in a way sports has not done before or since. The Nevada Athletic Commission suspends Mike Tyson indefinitely and withholds his $20 million purse for biting Evander Holyfield's ear on June 28th. Even if you didn't watch boxing, everyone was aware of Tyson versus Holyfield, and even more so, everyone was aware of it. This fight was the rematch of their fight from November 9th, 1996, that saw a 45-1 Tyson take on a 32-3 Holyfield. Tyson was the incumbent champion and was the 5-1 favorite heading into the fight. After 10 rounds of hard-hitting heavyweight action, Holyfield pulled off this upset and won with an 11th round TKO. Here in July 97, we're set up for the most anticipated boxing rematch ever.
The referee officiating the fight was Mills Lane from the People's Court.
Celebrity deathmatch.
That's Judge Wapner.
Oh, that's right. What
Mills
was
Lane
name?
was from Celebrity Deathmatch.
No, he
He
was,
was also a
also.
judge.
He was a real judge. I'll
It
go.
was
what?
Judge Wapner.
Dancing with the Stars?
No, he was.
No, he was like a judge.
Yeah, so is
I'll-
Judge Judy.
I'll Google it. Go ahead.
The referee officiating the fight was Mills Lane, who was brought in as a late replacement when Tyson's camp protested the original selection of Mitch Halpern, who had officiated the first fight between the two men. It was believed, though never confirmed, that the actual reason why Tyson and crew objected to Halpern's assignment was that Holyfield had clashed heads with Tyson several times during the course of their first fight, and Halpern ruled them accidental. The Nevada State Athletic Commission ruled against the Tyson camp, but Halpern willingly withdrew from the fight days before because he felt his presence would be a distraction. The assignment was given to the veteran Lane, who had worked 6 previous fights featuring Tyson and 7 featuring Holyfield. The match began with Holyfield dominating Tyson. Holyfield won the first 3 rounds. At 2:19 of the first round, an overhand right punch from Holyfield stunned Tyson, but Tyson fought back, immediately pushing Holyfield backwards. At 32 seconds into the second round, Holyfield ducked under a right punch from Tyson. In doing so, he headbutted Tyson, producing a large cut over the latter's eyes. Tyson had repeatedly complained about headbutting in the first bout between the two fighters. Upon reviewing replays, referee Mills Lane stated that the headbutts were unintentional and not punishable. As the third round was about to begin, Tyson came out of his corner without his mouthpiece. Lane ordered Tyson back to his corner to insert it. Tyson inserted his mouthpiece, got back into position, and the match resumed. Tyson began the third round with a furious attack. With 40 seconds remaining in the round, Holyfield got Tyson in a clinch and Tyson rolled his head above Holyfield's shoulder and bit Holyfield on his ear. A 1-inch piece of cartilage was torn from the top of Holyfield's ear, which Tyson spat out onto the ring apron.
Gross.
It's a badass move. What are you talking about?
Holyfield leapt into the air in pain and spun in a circle, bleeding profusely from the bite wound. Lane stopped the action, but Tyson managed to rush Holyfield from behind and shove him into his corner. Lane separated the men, moved Tyson to a neutral corner, and went back to check on an enraged Holyfield. The fight would be delayed for the next few minutes as Lane decided on what to do. Lane called Mark Ratner, the chairman of Nevada's Athletic Commission, up to the ring apron and informed him that because Tyson had bitten Holyfield's ear, he was going to disqualify him and end the fight. Meanwhile, ringside physician Flip Homansky was performing his own check on the champion, and Lane decided to defer to him. Once Homansky cleared Holyfield to continue the fight, Lane decided to allow the bout to continue, but not before penalizing Tyson with a 2-point deduction for the bite as per rules regarding any intentional foul causing an injury. As Lane explained the decision to Tyson and his cornerman, Tyson asserted that the injury to Holyfield's ear was the result of a punch. Bullshit, Lane retorted.
Good.
During another clinch, Tyson bit Holyfield's left ear. Holyfield threw his hands around to escape the clinch and jumped back. Tyson's second bite just scarred Holyfield's ear. At the time of the second bite, Lane did not stop the match, and both combatants continued fighting until time expired. The men walked back to their respective corners, and when the second bite was discovered, the match was halted again.
So after this, the matches ended. And Bedlam followed, with Tyson looking to assault Holyfield in his corner and subsequently taking a swing at a police officer who had entered the ring as chaos unfolded, and the former champion had to be walked back to his corner by security.
What do you think that cop was thinking?
Oh, shit.
Fuck!
One guy who looks like he's about to shit himself.
I'm glad I'm wearing blacks, is what he was thinking.
Today's the day.
Speaking to reporters in the aftermath of the fight, Tyson claimed the bites were retaliation for being headbutted in the second round. I'm not going to do my Mike Tyson voice here. I really wanted to. Holyfield butted me in the second round, and then he butted me again. He looked right at me and came right into me.
Gross.
Tyson said in the aftermath. What am I supposed to do? I've got children to raise. He kept butting me. Holyfield is not the warrior he claims he is. He got a little nick on his ear. He didn't want to fight, regardless of what he did. Look at me. Tyson got his boxing license temporarily revoked by the Nevada State Athletic Commission and faced a legal bill amounting to approximately $3 million for a nick on his ear. Where did he go? Dr. James Andrews?
It was a good sized chunk.
Do you want to know how big it was? Right there.
Yeah,
there's not a good sized chunk.
I mean, part of it's missing.
Yeah. He spit it on the canvas. They can reattach it. Whatever. It didn't cost $3 million.
He ain't McFoley.
Tyson's boxing license was reinstated just over a year later, and he returned to the ring January 1999, fighting another 8 times and winning 5 occasions. During an appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show Oprah Winfrey Show in 2009, Tyson apologized for his actions and made amends with Holyfield, who forgave him. Tyson had a little right to do this. Holyfield, have you ever seen the fights? No, Holyfield is like leading with his head every time.
Holyfield definitely headbutted. I watched this fight live. I was pissed because I wanted Tyson to win.
Holyfield wanted to box and he was playing a little dirty. Had this been like an MMA fight, Tyson would rip that guy apart.
Tyson was furious, and he had every right to be. I mean, it was brought up before the fight about the headbutts from the first fight. And
so it was almost like Holyfield knew it was going to enrage him, so he just kept doing it. Yeah. I don't know that he had the right to bite his ear off, but he had the right to get some revenge. I'd have probably dick punched him.
Wasn't it the first celebrity death match on MTV was Holyfield and Tyson? Wasn't that what the case was?
I don't know, but if Judge Mills Lane was in the ring, why do you need to ask other people?
And by the way, if you're not watching
made a judgment himself.
If you're not watching the video of the show on YouTube, just search for Filter Free Podcast. First of all, why not? And second of all, I popped up the name of Judge Mills Lane's court show, and it was called Judge Mills Lane.
Creative.
So We just did a sports story, so you know what that means.
But today, I'm the greatest of all time.
Vernon and Waugh. Vernon with a great lift.
Here it is. Page. Pressure with three. Wentz is going to run the ball. Makes a guy miss. Comes down to over the second rafter. Off the floor. Nothing. Through the window. Off the wall. Nothing but net. You like that? You like that? I like that.
You gotta like that, right?
All right.
1997 boxing. I'm excited.
Boxing story. So here's what we're going to do. I have all the heavyweight boxing champions ever pulled up.
Ever.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to
Muhammad Ali.
Stop it.
I'm going to have you guess one at a time. Heavyweight champions of the 90s.
Heavyweight
Champions. And the first person to get one wrong, the other person will get to choose either the NFL, Major League Baseball, or a wild card, NASCAR. Because you guys did way better with NASCAR than you really should have. So, Timmy, going first, can you name a world heavyweight champion not named Mike Tyson or Evander Holyfield in the 1990s?
James Busta Douglas.
February to October of 90. Timmy. Dave, I'm sorry. You're up.
Lennox Lewis.
92 to 94. Timmy.
Riddick Bowe.
92 to 93. Dave.
Michael Moore.
Michael Moore's on here a few times. Timmy.
Oh, Klitschko.
Vladimir Klitschko. No.
George Foreman.
George Foreman was 94. Here's some of the
No
other.
fucking way.
Yeah. I watched it on HBO Live.
That's what they based the comeback of Bob Backlund off of, was Foreman.
Did he hit him with a goddamn grill?
He beat Michael Moore for the belt on HBO.
He did. So the other ones would be Ray Mercer, Riddick, you said Tommy Morrison.
Roy Mercer.
1993.
When he came into the ring, did you say, how big a boy are you?
Yes. Michael Bent, Herbie Hyde, Oliver McCall, Bruce Seldon, Frank Bruno, Henry Akinwande, and oh shit. Timmy, you were right.
Vladimir Klitschko.
No, it was a Klitschko, but it was not Vladimir. It was
Andre
Vitali.
Klitschko.
It was Vitali. So now you've gotten it wrong twice. So
I said Klitschko the first time.
yes, but you said Vladimir. It was Vitali.
Just now I said Vladimir.
So Dave,
Two of them.
there's actually three because you named two and there's the third one. So Dave, and Vladimir Klitschko did win the belt in October of 2000. So Dave,
That whore.
that bitch, you get to pick MLB, NFL, or NASCAR.
NASCAR.
I knew it. Let me get up the Google here. 1997 NASCAR. And then we got to go. Where is it? Let's do this one. A little Espen. All right. We have three drivers who had. Let's do four. We had four drivers who won 3 races or more. Timmy, you go first. Can you name one of them?
Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon led with 10. Dave.
Del Jarrett.
Second was 7. Timmy. I'll even give you this, Timmy. I'll give you the teams. One's Roush. The other one, what team was this? It was a Ford team, but it wasn't one of the big ones. I can't remember. But one was Roush.
Mark Martin.
Mark Martin was third with 4. Dave, you're on the last one. I will give you a sponsor if you ask for it.
Sponsor.
Exide Batteries.
Oh, Jeff Burton.
Jeff Burton for
That's horseshit.
How?
I
I
get
gave
a
you
car
a team.
brand that he's driving, which narrows it down to about 170 of them.
I said Roush. Roush
That was
Racing.
not the one I picked.
Yes,
Mark
it was.
Martin drove the Ford.
No, he drove a 6 for Roush Racing, dummy.
Yeah.
They drove Fords.
Yeah, idiot lips.
So you got it wrong. You got it right on accident, which is even
No, I got
better.
it right on Ford is what I got it right on.
The only other person to win two rims was Ricky Rudd.
By the way, we tied on that one. What the hell?
You did. I
It's
said
not.
you guys
It's no longer a competition.
you guys do way
Oh.
better on this than you should. The other winner drivers to win a race that year: Terry Labonte, Bobby Labonte, my man Rusty Wallace, Ernie Irvin, Bobby Hamilton, and John Andretti. Here we go. Points leaders. I mean, obviously, the 4 guys you just listed are 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Rusty Wallace.
So let's go 5 through 10. Dave says Rusty Wallace. He was 9th.
Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt, 5th, with no wins.
Ernie
Is Bill
Irvin.
Elliott still good in 97?
8th, Bill Elliott.
Ernie Irvin.
Timmy said Ernie Irvin was 14th.
Jeremy Mayfield.
Jeremy Mayfield, that meth head,
He was in
was,
rehab.
was 13th.
Oh.
What are we
Here's the
doing?
rest
Top
of your-
20 or top 10?
Just top 10. Here's the rest of your top 10. Ken-
Labonte. Terry
Which one?
Labonte.
Michael
Terry.
Waltrip.
I mean, really, either answer was correct. They were 6 and 7, respectively. Here's the rest of your top 10. The only one you did not get was Ken Schrader, was 10th.
I wouldn't have got that. In a
Is that
million
Jay's
years.
brother?
Jay Schrader, yes. We'll
He was
we'll
good
ride
in
with it.
Tecmo Bowl.
All right, we'll do one more category. Let's do top 5. Again, the
Jeff
top
Gordon.
4 are the same as the winners. So let's do 5 through 10. Actually, it'd be 5 through 11.
Top 5s in
Top
races.
5s.
Okay. Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt, it was 8th with 7.
Bill Elliott.
Bill Elliott was 11th,
The Labonte brothers.
5th, and 6th. There are
Rusty Wallace.
was tied for 6th. There are 3 more because again there was 11 spaces because so many people were tied. Were tied.
Jeremy
There's-
Mayfield.
No, he was 15th.
Darrell Waltrip.
DW was 23rd with 1.
Damn.
I thought he was boogieing in the announcer's booth. at that.
So here's what's great about collecting shit. I have the diecast model of his car from here from 97. He was driving the number 66 Route 66 Kmart Ford. I have.
See, if you're driving the 66,
Ken Schrader.
if you're driving 66, how could it not be the Phillips 66?
That's a great question. Here's actually it was Route 66 jeans, so they sold them at Kmart. Here's the rest of your top 11, I guess. Bobby Hamilton had 6. Ricky Rudd had 6. Ted Musgrave in that classic
Who?
red, white, and blue number 16 family.
Never
channel.
heard
Ted
of that guy.
Musgrave did.
Yep, and Ernie Irvin,
Ah, damn Ernie Irvin.
old Swervin' Irvin. That
I
was.
used to have an Ernie Irvin hat signed by him and his entire team. No clue.
I
what it
have a few of
The
his
left
diecast
rear
cards.
tire changer.
is. I
Huge
had it.
Superstar.
I have
Fucking
a
gas man, everything.
I have a gold-plated Haviland car with from Ernie Irvin's time there. It's on display somewhere down here. I don't remember where. Let's go to the next story. July 10th. Chrissy Hind, guitarist, singer, and songwriter for the Pretenders, gets married to Lucho Briva, although they divorced in 2002. Look, we need a music story for Timmy's segment, and I honestly don't know when we will ever talk about the Pretenders ever again. Chrissy Hind was born in Akron, Ohio, but moved to London in 1973.
OHIO.
Really? You're going to get excited over Akron?
I like
Okay.
Ohio.
All right. Wanting to be a part of the music business, she worked for a weekly music newspaper called the NME. And by the way, it's literally 3 letters, NME.
It's the enemy.
Well done. As well as a clothing store owned by Malcolm McLaren. Due to these jobs, she was involved early with the Sex Pistols, the Clash, and the Damned. After performing in a couple fledgling bands, the group now known as the Pretenders, formed in 1978, the band's first single was a cover of Stop Your Sobbing by the Kinks and gained the band some attention. Their first UK #1 hit was Kid in 1979, and their first international hit was Brass in Pocket, which went #1 in the UK and number 14 in the United States. Their self-entitled first album was released in January of 80 and was a booming success both in the UK and the US, and has since been recognized as one of the greatest albums of all time. I'm curious how one justifies that. But what are you judging that on?
Just beat out Thriller.
Really? That's wow. In fact, VH1 has ranked the album number 52 of all time, and Rolling Stone put it at number 155.
I used to watch VH1 all the time. Pop-up video.
Pop-up video. Oh, that was
Number
shit.
52, right ahead of Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water. By
Well
Limp
done.
Bizkit.
Look at you. Very well done. They might not seem like a big deal, but think about how many albums there have been released ever. And they were number 155. As the band was experiencing a meteoric rise to the top, of course, drugs stopped them dead in their tracks. Bass guitarist Pete Farmington was voted out of the band due to his cocaine use. 2 days later, James Honeyman Scott, rhythm guitarist from the band, died due to a cocaine intolerance. So apparently,
Seems like they kicked the wrong one out.
Well, then Farmington then went out about himself and formed his own band. When he was found dead in his bathtub on April 14th, 1983, after he took heroin and passed out. He was found by his wife.
You're muted, dummy.
The Pretenders.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a Keanu Reeves movie from the 1990s.
That's a replacements.
I know.
Okay.
I don't know shit about this group. Never even heard of them.
So, TJ, which one of these dudes is called Chrissy?
It was the lead singer and she was a lady.
My notes say their names were Craig and Charles Reed. Maybe Chrissy's short for Charles. I don't know. But I'm in the same boat as Dave. I don't know anything about them except for their one hit song. When I wake up, well, I know I'm going to be the man who comes back home to you. When I come home,
I would walk 500 miles.
and I would walk 500 more. That means it's my turn. Let's go to Timmy's Trivioki.
Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro.
That's not Tosca.
Ugh, my ears.
My neck, my back.
Yep. I remember. Everyone remembers when Elvis performed that.
Jamaica, ooh, I want to take you to Bermuda, Bahamas, come on, pretty mama, Ilana, Montego, baby. All right.
That's enough of that shit.
Come on, that was good. There was nowhere to go with Pretenders. Did they sing "I'll Stand by You"? I feel like
Yes, they did.
yeah.
Yes, that was them.
I'll stand by,
By the way,
you.
when I was looking at their band, Chrissy Hind is the only member from beginning to end. She is the only Pretender.
Which she's probably the
And
only
then there's
one.
one guy that left for like 5 years and came back. The rest of them, she's
But
the
you-
contender.
You
They're the
literally
pretender.
just said that her name is short for like Hank or something because
I
you couldn't
know.
find her.
The
but
joke
you
was
just-
funnier. It's okay.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Okay.
I literally looked him up and was like, "There's nothing here."
They're actually outside of the drug deaths. They're fairly clean.
Yeah. Ugh. All right. So, 1997 July. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Song number 1.
Don't speak.
Wow.
Not even on the Hot 100, so don't even try it.
Really?
It was
That was probably
later.
96 or 95.
Was it late? It might have been her. I don't know. Clue number 1. No real words. That would also be "Don't Speak," by the way.
Well done. Look at you. You're on fire today.
Clue number 2. Poppy.
Seed.
From Trolls?
I love that movie.
Clue number
The
3.
font of Piper's name on my arm is from Trolls World Tour. That's the poster.
Clue
Continue.
number 3. Kids.
On the block.
Poppy
The
Kids.
Kids aren't all right.
Clue number 4. Chicks.
Spice Girls.
With dicks.
Clue number 5. Hanson.
Umbop.
Mbop. Mbop. Not real words.
That middle
not a
Hanson
single
chick is
word in
hot.
That entire song. What the hell?
I think his name's like Charlie.
I thought
No,
Dave
the
might have got
the
it.
middle one's a girl. She's hot.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
Dave might have got it at Chicks, I thought, but he missed it.
Dixie Chicks.
All right. Song number 2, clue number 1. Hairy armpits.
Sinead O'Connor.
Mm.
What do you think? It all fell off her head into her armpits?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what happened.
She looks like she'd have hairy pits. Oh, ugly
Absolutely.
ass.
Clue number 2, Dallas's football team.
The Cowboys?
Cowboys.
Thank you. I know that. It's not the song, though.
What was their USFL team? Do they have one?
No.
Oh,
The
then I don't know.
Stallions.
Ah.
Clue number 3, looking for them.
Where have all the
Looking for my
Cowboys
pits.
gone?
Last 2 clues were feminist and Paula Cole. Good job, DJ.
Paula Cole. Wow, I forgot that was her.
Well, hairy armpits. That's how you got to get it.
That didn't do
She's-
again. I
she's
thought
She
Sinead
was
O'Connor.
in the video, literally, just like mine look weak compared to her.
I was thinking either Sinead O'Connor or the Cranberries. So that no, I didn't get Paula Cole out of that.
Ew.
The
Really?
Cranberries chick didn't have hairy armpits.
I don't know why I thought of her. I just did.
Paula Cole armpits.
Although
boy.
between her legs, she let it linger. So,
Dang, that's made me nauseous just now.
song
Paula
number 3.
Cole, hairy armpits.
I saw. I seen it. I was at the Lilith Fair. Trust me. It was my first date with my lady friend Sarah. Went to Lilith Fair. The only time I ever got a standing ovation for peeing. It was weird.
Why?
Yeah,
You do
you're
it
gonna
in
have to
public
explain
when they
that.
saw your
Because
little
all
wang?
right, so Lilith Fair was like a 500 to 1 ratio of chicks to dudes. So they took over the stalls in the men's room
Okay.
and were lined up in the men's room, and all the men got was the urinals.
Okay.
So there's a gigantic line of women. Every time one of the guys would finish peeing, they'd hey.
It's a very lame story.
Yeah, that
You
looks-
asked.
put me
I
to
was
sleep.
gonna let it go, but you kept going. All
You
right.
should've been like,
Joe
yeah,
Biden.
I just
sleep.
I just pulled out my monster hog and they're just like,
It was- no, that was
good for
not-
you, sir.
I peed on them because they
Look at
were
this
hot.
bragger.
All right, song number 3, clue number 1, Bugs Bunny.
What up, Doc? Can we rock? What up, Doc? Can we rock?
Clue number 2, basketball.
Too. I believe I can fly.
Mm.
I believe I can fly.
I
believe I can touch the sky.
Think about it every night and day.
Clue number 3 was Michael Jordan. Clue number 4, it did look.
Every day I saw.
I believe I can soar. Gonna rape me a little.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I believe I
Heck.
can soar.
definitely, allegedly.
That was the director's
Nah, he's
cut.
in prison for that shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was in the director's cut of the album. That
I
was
hope
not.
I hope he's getting like a broomstick in his ass.
He is. He's somebody's whore now.
Oh, absolutely.
He's whore Kelly.
Mm.
That's what the R stands for.
Whore.
That
Yeah, there's
doesn't-
an R in whore.
Yeah, at the end.
Begins
No,
with
the E's at the end.
begins with a W.
Mm-hmm.
It's a silent R.
I don't know what are we
R
doing right now?
war.
I forgot what we're doing. What are we doing?
It's
The next
time to
story.
Go to the next
Oh.
story.
Okay. July 25th. Speaking of which, boy, talking about going from the outhouse to the outhouse, in an event that shook the entertainment world, but in retrospect, I've never cheered so hard for extortion in my life. Autumn Jackson was found guilty of trying to extort $40 million from Bill Cosby. Because you see, I don't know who that girl is. Autumn Jackson was a kitchen and bathroom designer who was born on September 20th, 1974. The only reason why I bring up her birth is because she was born to Sean Thompson Upshaw, but Upshaw actually being her father has been disputed. Thus, this case. Both her mother and Jackson have stated that Bill Cosby's the real father. Because you see, the pudding. The original case here in 1997, Cosby did admit to having an affair with Upshaw in the 70s. Now, this case was relitigated on appeal in 99, and Jackson lost again. But here's where this case gets interesting. At the time of 97, this whole idea to America as a whole seemed preposterous. Cosby's still America's dad. He is arguably has the best reputation of anyone in the entertainment business ever. And as far as public opinion is concerned anyway. Then 05 happened. There we hear the athletic director from Temple University, Cosby's alma mater, Jackson's. Why did I just combined two sentences and I don't know what either one of them had to do with each other. Jackson's mother had said that she became impregnated after Cosby drugged and raped her. Because you see, the account gained more steam in 2014 after all of the Cosby allegations came to light.
TJ's Bill Cosby will never get old.
Not ever.
Just like Hakutua.
That's old already. Well, I
No
mean,
way.
not the actual Haktua, because that'll never get old.
The earliest allegation against Cosby dates back to December 1965.
Yikes.
In 2005, Christina Ruelli came forward as Jane Doe number 12 in the Andrea Constand case and alleged that Cosby had drugged and assaulted her at a time in his Beverly Hills home. Further, Ruelli said she told her boyfriend about the incident and also told her daughter in the 1980s. In the early 1980s, Joan Tarish told freelance reporter John Millward about an alleged sexual assault by Cosby.
Will you see?
I'm not doing it while he's talking about the stories. I'm not doing that.
Millward did not write about the allegations. In 1996, Playboy playmate Victoria Valentino gave a videotape interview in which she made sexual assault allegations against Cosby. The interview was conducted for an expose on the lives of Playboy models, which was never published.
This is
After the allegations resurfaced again in 2014, Wendy Williams recalled that during her radio show in 1990, she referred to sexual assault allegations against Cosby that had been published in the National Enquirer tabloid. Williams said Cosby called her boss in the middle of the broadcast demanding that she be fired.
What do you think he said when he called?
Can't you see, Wendy? When it comes to me, you just talk about the pudding and the chocolate cake.
All right, let's talk about how this story actually broke, which may be actually weirder than the story itself. On October 16, 2014, as part of a comedy routine in Philadelphia, Hannibal Buress, who was a pretty good comic back in the day, addressed Cosby's legacy of talking down to young black men about their mode of dress and lifestyle. Buress criticized the actor's public moralizing by saying, quote, "Yeah, but you raped women, Bill Cosby, so what kind of brings you down a couple notches?"
Ouch.
The audience appeared to respond to Buress's accusation as incredulous joke. Then he encouraged everyone to search Bill Cosby rape on Google when they got home. That's the beauty of the internet. After Buress's remarks came to the attention of journalist Joan Tarshish in November 2014, model Janice Dickinson, by the way, do you know who that is?
No.
She was one of the Price is Right models. So she already knew about sexual harassment.
A lot.
Actress Louisa Moritz, actor Lou Ferrigno's wife Carla, which is weird. I wouldn't fuck with that dude's wife.
Yeah, no chance.
Florida nurse Therese Cernes, Playboy, like Dave said, Playboy playmate Valentino. Oh, two of them. Playboy playmates Valentino and Sarita Butterfield. Good, it wasn't Butterface at least. Actress Michelle Hurd and 11 other women also made accusations of alleged assaults by Cosby committed against them between 1965 and 2004. That, my guys, is what we call a breaking point in his life. Dude was trying to put his pudding pop everywhere.
Whether they wanted it or not. Because you see, I was going to say something for that, and I completely forgot what it was. So. I had a whole joke saved.
Hit the clip. Now it's time for Game Fave. Have you seen it?
You slipper the hot beef injection.
We're men in tights, tights.
Maybe next time, think before it leaves me.
I got God damn it, I got nothing, guys. Huh?
All right, Timmy C, you're down 1-0 to TJ because you weren't here last
Wasn't
week.
here.
Woo.
This week,
By the way, correction on last week. We actually got corrected on Twitter, and I searched it up. Anthony Pyrus corrected us and said, Geely was not directed by Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith did direct Jersey Girl, which had Ben Affleck and the guy from, what's her name? The dude from Aerosmith, his daughter. Liv Tyler. Not Geely with Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck.
oh, did he write
Kevin
it?
Smith didn't have shit to do with it.
You sure?
I looked it up.
I mean, I still have never seen the movie, so it helps.
I haven't seen either of them, and I like Kevin Smith.
All right, here we go. So this week we're doing 1997 summer blockbusters.
Oh, we couldn't get them all out of July.
Or lack thereof.
I was at basic training, so you had the advantage.
$700,000 box office coming up.
With a budget of $90 million.
Oh, boy.
Our first movie this week grossed a whopping $589.4 million at the box office.
Crushing.
This is an American science fiction action
Men in
comedy
Black.
film. You got to write it down.
Yeah,
dumb
write it down,
shit.
stupid. You don't yell it out.
I forgot how it goes. Shit.
God.
James, a New York City cop, is hired by Agent K of a secret government agency that monitors extraterrestrial life on Earth. Together, they must recover an item that has been stolen by an intergalactic villain. Stars Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
Well,
Timmy C lost a point, so he's down 2 to -1.
I'm glad Timmy came back just in time to ruin the segment. That's great.
TJ 1, Timmy -1.
I got a handy during Men in Black, in between basic and.
Dude, it was in '97. I literally saw Men in Black at a drive-in movie theater. So what do you think happened?
I saw it at an old ass theater in Rolla, Missouri.
I was 12.
Movie number
That's
B,
right.
with a budget of $85 million. Our second movie this week grossed more than $315.2 million at the box office. This is a political action thriller film.
What?
Communist radicals led by Ivan Korshunov hijack Air Force One with U.S. President James Marshall and his family on board. Vice President Catherine Bennett negotiates from Washington, D.C., while Marshall fights to rescue the hostages on board. This film stars Harrison Ford and Gary Oldman.
I don't think I'm going to get it right, but I remembered Harrison Ford being in it. Gary Oldman's underrated, by the way.
Yes. TJ.
Was it called Air Force One?
Air Force One.
Yes.
Get me 2 pairs. I need 2 pairs.
Movie number C, with a budget of $25 million.
Ooh.
Our third movie this week grossed a disappointing $44.5 million at the box office.
Still lost money.
This film is one of Dave's faves. This is an American buddy action comedy film. Nick's wife's in bed with his boss. He later gets a gun to his head by a carjacker, but steps on the gas pedal. They end up friends after adventures together, holdups, burglary, reckless driving, revenge, etc. Twist follows. This film stars Martin Lawrence and Tim Robbins.
Oh, I thought this was the one with Charlie Sheen in it.
If I can quote one line from it, does that count?
No.
I cannot remember the name of this movie.
Yo tengo el gato en los pantalones.
I've seen this movie one time, and I cannot remember the name of it.
I love this movie.
Hold on. I think I got it.
Whatever you just said is not the title of the
If you
movie.
give me the Coolio song, I'll give you an extra point. No. TJ.
No, I got nothing.
Nothing to Lose.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've seen it one time. It was probably in 97.
Love that movie. All right, here we go. on a budget of $160 million.
Oh.
Our fourth movie this week grossed a pathetic $164.5 million at the box office.
Hope somebody got fired for that.
This movie's one of Dave's faves. This is an American action thriller film. A computer hacker breaks into the computer system of the Seabourn Legend cruise line and set it speeding on a collision course into a gigantic oil tanker. This film stars Sandra Bullock, Jason Patric, and Willem Dafoe.
Go TJ first, because I know I got it.
I'm still writing. It's a very long title.
It's not that long.
I didn't know until you said Sandra Bullock, and then I definitely remembered.
Timmy C, go.
Speed 2, Cruise Control.
My man, TJ Steppins.
So here's the great part. I called it Speed 2 as a joke. I didn't know that was an actual movie. So I said Speed 2, High Speed on the Seas.
No. It was
Good enough. TJ
No!
Terry. High Speed on the Seas. Oh. Movie number E on a budget of $8.5 million. Our last movie this week grossed more than $23.7 million at the box office.
What was the budget?
made more
8.5.
money than Speed 2, High Speed on the Seas.
This is an American teen comedy film, and it is absolute horse garbage.
I can't wait. I probably love this movie.
A dim-witted teenager and his new coworker try to save the old burger joint they work for from falling after the opening of a brand new burger restaurant across the street, which planning to put them out of business. Stars Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell. Go, Timmy.
Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger. Can I get you a good burger?
No, it's welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
And technically, Timmy's wrong because Good Burger is 2 words.
2 words. TJ Stevens with a win.
Speed on the high seas, asshat.
So it's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. TJ 5, Timmy 2.
I cannot tell you how happy it makes me. I made Speed 2 as a joke, and it was right.
Yes, you've never seen it?
No, of
It's
course
terrible.
not.
It's fucking terrible.
You have to watch it. It's one of Dave's faves.
It's not.
Okay.
It's
Maybe we should do a Speed 2 watch
Dave has
along
very
on the RAM
poor
network.
taste. Dave thought Geely was directed by Kevin Smith.
I'll have to see if it's on Netflix. Here we go. Here we go on the deep cut for this week, July 15th. This is a great example of a poor guy just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Italian fashion designer Gianni Versace is shot and killed by Andrew Cunanan at the age of 50. Versace's name in fashion still resonates to this day. He opened his first boutique in Milan in 1978 and instantly became a sensation in the international fashion design world. He was using a palette of vivid colors, different cuts, and were overall seen as the new wave of fashion. However, when you combine luxurious classicism with overt sexuality, which was a quote, you get some criticism also. One of his biggest critics was Giorgio Armani. When comparing the two, they were compared with the following quote: Armani dresses his wife, Versace dresses the mistress, which is a fantastic sentence. By here in 1997, Versace was a bona fide cultural icon. Now living in Miami, he went to go get his morning magazines, a task usually saved for his assistant. However, on this day, he went himself.
Bad
He
idea.
left. It was not a good idea. Bad call on his part. He left and came back and was even to the front door when the unthinkable happened.
I didn't know they had a picture of him.
I didn't either. Well done.
It
Tim.
might be from a movie. I don't know, but that's.
I think
what
that was
got.
from the TV show.
That was what I got when I Googled it.
Have you guys seen this TV series?
I've not.
It's fantastic.
Can't see his hair being that bad, and there's not a lot of blood there. So
I was like, damn,
Yeah,
there's a
there's a-
cameraman right there when it happened. Why didn't
That
you turn the
American
desk on?
Crime Story.
Yeah.
They did it. The murder of Gianni Versace, and it's awesome.
unfortunately,
I've heard of it.
Versace isn't really the story here.
No. Cunanan socialized in the Hillcrest and La Jolla neighborhoods of San Diego, as well as Scottsdale, Arizona, apparently
Hiya.
being the boy toy of one wealthy patron after another. Cunanan is also believed to have been dealing drugs, including prescription opioids, cocaine, and marijuana. He also used several aliases: Andrew Da Silva, Lieutenant Commander Andy Cummings, Drew Cunningham, and Kurt Matthew Damaris. Cunanan allegedly first met fashion designer Gianni Versace in San Francisco in October 1990, when Versace was in town to be recognized for the costumes he had designed for the San Francisco opera production of Richard Strauss's opera Capriccio.
You got it. You got it.
To this day, Versace's family has always denied that the two men ever met. How would they know?
That's correct. Great question.
I bet if, I met some random dude 20 years ago, my mom would be like, I don't think he ever met him. How would she know?
It's true. Again, on point.
Here on July 15th is when Cunanan murdered Gianni Versace when he shot Versace once in the back of the head and once in the left cheek with the same Taurus pistol Cunanan used in other murders, which we'll get to later. A witness pursued Cunanan but was unable to catch him as he fled into a nearby parking garage. Versace was pronounced dead at Jackson Memorial Hospital at 9:21 a.m. Responding police found the stolen vehicle Cunanan was using in a nearby parking garage. It contained Cunanan's clothes and clippings of newspaper reports about the earlier murders.
All right, here we go. So this dude, Versace, was his fifth and final murder in the span of April to July of 97. Cunanan's killings began in Minneapolis on April 27, 1997, with the murder of his friend, a very loose term there, friend, 28-year-old Jeffrey Allen, Jeff Trail. Jeff is his
Nickname. Yeah, we got it.
It's Jeff Trail. Anyway, after earlier argument in Trail's apartment, Cunanan stole Trail's gun and took it to David Madsen's loft apartment. Madsen would be one of the guys that he was woohoo. Cunanan
Good
phoned...
to see.
Damn it. Cunanan phoned Trail from Madsen's apartment to tell him to come and retrieve his gun. Why would no? Keep it. I'm good. When Trail arrived, he didn't shoot him. Cunanan beat him to death with the hammer in front of Madsen.
Wow.
Like, in his face. Hey,
You
here
don't-
you go.
You don't do that unless it's personal.
That's his friend. It's his friend.
Yes. Heavy lifting again.
On May 2nd, Madsen and Cunanan were seen in North Minneapolis driving Madsen's Jeep and eating lunch together in a bar. Yikes. That's okay, buddy. The following morning, Madsen's body was found on the east shore of Rush Lake near Rush City, Minnesota, with a gunshot wounds to his head in the back from a .40 caliber Taurus. I feel like we've heard that one before. PT-100 semi-automatic pistol. He's done, right? No, okay. On May 3rd, Cunanan drove to Chicago, Illinois, and killed 72-year-old Lee Albert Miglin, a prominent real estate developer. He bound Miglin's hands and feet and wrapped his head with duct tape, then stabbed him more than 20 times with a screwdriver, slit his throat with a hacksaw, and stole his car.
A hacksaw?
Bruh. What are we doing here? On May 9th in Pennsville Township, New Jersey, at Finns Point National Cemetery, Cunanan shot and killed 45-year-old cemetery caretaker William Richard Bill Reese. Unlike Cunanan's other victims, whom he killed for seemingly personal reasons, authorities believe Cunanan murdered Reese simply for his 1995 red Ford Chevrolet pickup truck.
Ford
Cunanan-
Chevrolet?
Red. My bad.
Red Ford Chevrolet.
It's a Mark Martin class Chevrolet.
By the way, 1995 Chevy trucks were the shits.
Yeah, you got to go back to 90. Cunanan used this truck to drive to Florida. On June 12th, he was listed on the FBI 10 most wanted fugitives list. On July 14th, seemingly out of money, Cunanan checked out of his hotel without paying for the last night there.
How did
But
he do that?
he paid for all the previous nights, so that's crazy.
It was like, hey,
He paid.
deuces.
He was paying in cash because it was a little seedy hotel down near the beach.
$29 a night.
Yeah, you could pay with cash.
Not a Hilton. I'm taking it.
No,
Okay.
not likely.
Sure.
By the way, on the 15th is when he killed Versace. On July 23rd, 1997, 8 days after killing Versace, Cunanan's body was found in a luxury houseboat in Miami Beach after a caretaker reported to police of hearing a gunshot. How did he get on a boat and kill himself?
Imagine being the owner of the boat. Like, excuse me, sir, we found a dead body on your boat. He blew his brains out on it. I just had it waxed. What do you mean?
Actually, you know who owned it?
Cause you see, got the flim flam and the boom 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 on my ship. If you enjoyed this week's episode, please let us know. Give us that 5-star review wherever you get this podcast. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter at FF Podcast, on Instagram at Filter Free Podcast, and follow our network at Ram Sports Nest. And of course, become a member at www.patreon.com/Ram, the Ram Network. That's what it is.
It's Ram Network.
Thank you. That's what I said. As for us, you can find us on our social media platforms at Timmy C.
At Timmy C 1979.
Dollar Bill Dave.
Follow me on X at Dave in the HSV.
And I am at T Stevens 91. Next week, we're going to cover July of 2006. Michael Schumacher kisses the bricks. North Korea is still testing missiles. Seems like they don't stop. Richard Branson sells Virgin Mobile and so much more. This has been the Filter Free Podcast, and so long for now.
Joke of the week. What's 6 inches long, hard as a rock, and full of semen?
Me 14 years ago.
Ship in a bottle.
The sock under Timmy C's bed.
Ah! Oh, you jerk off into an ankle sock?